Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard, Cisneros, at your service. Today I will be reading the November 16th Facebook post and making a few comments on it, and I trust that it will assist both of us on our journeys. Here we go. Free will, the beginning of the end of victimhood. The role of victim no longer serves us. No longer will we choose to be chained to the past and imprisoned by our own thoughts. Today, through free will, we take personal responsibility for the life we are experiencing. Today, we stand strong in the knowledge that free will allows us to walk out of the prison of victimhood within our minds and create from this point forward a world without bars. Instead of continuing to take dictation from the past, we now choose to place our time, energy, and focus into what we truly desire to experience. We are secretaries no longer. Today we become our own boss. Today we remember that the world we see, experience, and participate in is simply a reflection and physical manifestation of the thoughts that through free will we shape, support, and reinforce with our time, energy, and focus. Today, as our understanding of the true power of free will is strengthened, the thoughts of victimhood dissolve. Victimhood is a mental state that has an unhealthy relationship to the past. In the past, we simply believed what our parents told us, our family members told us, and so whatever they said about us, we believed as true. And whatever they did to us, we believed that we were worthy of experiencing whatever it is that was. And so many times, those who perceive themselves as victims, what they're doing is simply carrying their past into the present moment, and thus creating a future like their past. And this creates an unhealthy relationship to the present moment. Because within the present moment, there's only truth, there's only your true nature, which is love. And it's some of its expressions such as kindness, generosity, peace, compassion, joy, forgiveness. That's really what's available to you in the present moment. That is God's source's gift to all of us. And so there's nothing more to experience other than that unless we choose otherwise, consciously or not. And that is what we're doing when we believe ourselves to be victims. We're simply unconsciously bringing the past into the present and covering over the present moment, and thus we do not see what's really going on. We do not believe in the true power of free will when we create that state where the past comes into the present moment. Because if you were to be in the present moment, if you were to truly believe that and understand that, you would understand that you have free will, that you do not need to bring your past into the present, that you do not need to bring your past hurts into the present moment. And a tool in the illusionary world that is given to us in order to release ourselves from this past, from victimhood, is the tool of forgiveness. Now, the ego has taught us to believe that forgiveness is about power and control, that only they deserve forgiveness, that we can, like a king, offer it to them. But forgiveness is not really the way the ego says it is. Forgiveness is truly about us and our relationship to the past. Because you see, the past is no more. The past is only within our minds. And so free will is the memory that reminds us that we have the power over the thoughts we think. Right now, when we bring the past into the present, what's really happening is the thoughts that we think have power over us. They have power and control over us. And so the past is really controlling us. And now, even if we believe that we have free will, we're not really using free will. We're simply allowing the past to rule over us, to be our king. But it is not. The past is gone. It is no more. You are free from the past. And a tool that we'll use today is forgiveness, to remind ourselves that we are free from the past. And when we use forgiveness, it's truly just for that. It's for us. It's not for anybody else. It's for us. It's to help us free ourselves from the past. It's to help us take back control of our own thoughts, of our own mind. And that is what it's forgiveness for. And when you practice forgiveness, you start to realize the true power of free will. And the more free will you believe yourself to have in the present moment, the more you see that you can choose the thoughts you think. The more you see that you have the power to choose what thoughts you think and support with your time, energy, and focus, then the less power the illusionary idea of victimhood has. For if you can forgive, and that is the choice we have because of free will, then you set yourself free from the past. You set yourself free from the past. And so, let us use it today. Let us use forgiveness. And see how it feels to you. And as you're using it, notice how the idea of victimhood slowly begins to dissolve as you realize your own power. And so let us be grateful for that today. For when we finally realize that we do have the free will to think the thoughts we think, then we have the realization that we can create the world we want. That we can create a world of peace, of joy, of compassion, of kindness, of forgiveness. That is within us. And it's available to us in every single moment. And what else but gratitude could you have if you were in a world that allowed you the possibility to create your own world, to create the most peace you want, or joy, or compassion that you can handle. And the more we practice aligning with these energies, the more we start to see that we are worthy of these energies. For one thing, the ego does not want us to believe is that we are worthy of peace. And that's why it has created this idea, illusionary idea of victimhood. That's why it has chained us to our past. But we need it no longer. And so we break those chains. And we set ourselves free. And we create the world we want. And with that, we offer gratitude. For what else but gratitude could we honestly have in such a world? And so today, let us practice that forgiveness. And it won't be something that, it might be, but usually it's something that you have to work on many a times. Many a times you have to forgive something or someone 100 times, 1,000 times. But the idea today is that try and spend more and more of your time in the state of forgiveness and less of your time in the state of victimhood and judgment. Because when you do, the more you practice, the more you will see how natural free will, how natural peace is to you. Because peace is your true nature. Love is your true nature. Forgiveness, compassion, joy, those are your true nature. But you need to practice them, just like you need to practice anything you want to be good at. Until you finally realize that yes, you are worthy of all these energies. You are worthy of the truth within you. You are worthy of God's inheritance. But it was only because we practiced, and we were courageous enough to practice over and over again, that we realized that this is so. And when we finally get to the point of believing that we are worthy of peace, of joy, of compassion, of kindness, then, believe it or not, those people who you once judged, you will now thank. Because looking back, you will see that they were a part of a process that helped you achieve freedom from the thoughts that were controlling you. And it was your continuous practice that allowed for this. It was your continuous practice of understanding the power of free will that allowed for this. And it was your brothers and sisters' participation in your life experience that allowed you to see that you can control your own thoughts and create the world you want. And so let us offer them gratitude at your own sacred time and place. Thank you very much for joining me today. I love you very much. If you'd be so kind as to like, comment, or share this video, it would help with the listening process and it might help somebody find this video someday. If you'd like to leave me a question or comment, I would be delighted to try and offer a response. And if you could please subscribe to my YouTube videos or Google+, I would love to have you in those communities. Thank you again for your time. I love you very much, and God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.